Oh, the natural double, one of the finest jumps in Canadian motocross. Welcome to round 9 of the 2008 Monster Energy Motocross Nationals, the final round of racing. We are at the Trans-Canada in Walton, Ontario. Ryan Gauld, Mark Travers, and Brian Coster. Fabs, we've got some championships that look like they might be sewn up, but we got some battles below. I'm loving the racing here today at Walton.
Yeah, absolutely. MX2, we got Eric Nye with a 45-point lead, so barring disaster, he will take the championship. But the battle for second, Kyle Beaton's got 20 points on Teddy Mayer, but where it gets really interesting is that final position with Mayer and Phillips, only 4 points. So lots of action, some unfinished business in MX2.
Number 128, Dean Wilson here, just to put a little wrinkle into that situation. Getting into MX1, we know that the number 5 bike of John Sebastian Waugh is going to be on the track. That's going to be exciting. Colton FACCIOTTI, his teammate, though, has that thing wrapped up, I think.
Yeah, Waugh's going to be riding a 2-stroke machine with a big bore kit, so it's like a 280 instead of a 250. It's going to be really fun to hear that old bike. A lot of nostalgia right there. But FACCIOTTI's got 38 points, so he's probably going to sew that thing up. But the battles for second between Medaglia and Klatt, that's wide open. Blair Morgan, outside chance, sitting fourth, but that's still really interesting. It's going to be a great day of racing at Walton.
All right, Gauldy, let's get to the track. I know you've been racing here for the Amateur National Championships all week. The weather's spectacular. You didn't like the track this morning, but it's been set up quite nicely this week.
Yeah, you know, it's supposed to be really hot today, so the track relayed a ton of water on this place, and it's made for that sticky Walton soil that everybody loves, I think, except me. But what it's going to make for is line choice. Very long, deep ruts, deep going out of there, on the gas stuff happening. So the guys that can kind of get in those ruts and really forge ahead and not battle with their feet are the guys we're going to be talking to later today. Cool to see JSR on that 2-stroke. We're going to see with that sticky soil, that 4-stroke really, you know, surges forward with the torque. So if JSR can get on the box, that's going to be really, really impressive. And for me, I'm just looking forward, boys. It's been 9 rounds. It's almost done. You couldn't get any better way to wrap it up at Walton.
Welcome to round 9 of the 2008 Monster Energy Motocross Nationals, the final round of motocross racing here in 2008, and this is the Walton Trans-Can. Brian Coster and Mark Travers in the booth. Brian, they're calling this a celebration of Canadian motocross, a week of amateur racing. Finishes up with the pros on Sunday. It's going to be a great day.
Absolutely, Travis. The amateur racing here is spectacular. The Lee family pulled out all the stops, put on tons of rich black loam on this track. I think it's the best Walton track we've seen in 10 years. Travs, catch us up with the points.
You better believe it. Let's get into that MX2 class. It looks like the big battle is for second, third place on the podium. Phillips, Mayer, and Beaton are going to be battling out there. Look out for Lockhart and Medaglia.
Good stuff in MX1. FACCIOTTI could wrap it up quite easily, but it is still a dragged-out fistfight for second, third, and fourth between Klatt, Medaglia, and Morgan.
Okay, fabulous. Out onto the track with G-Unit and the Scott helmet cam.
Ryan Gauld there on that machine Yamaha. I just went over a tabletop, which has a triple option. There is the big finish line step down. Nice right-hander here on the gas. Wide track. And look at the great dirt. Now here, hard on the brakes. Some guys can jump out and turn on the landing. Other guys drag the brakes, stay on the inside. A nice tabletop. You got lots of options here, wide and low, kind of like a supercross. Guys can knife down and cut in. Gauldy going out where there's that nice rich soil. Lots of traction. A big natural double, it's called. To float off of that mid-throttle to stay balanced. Technical jump with a blind takeoff. Now some long ruts into the tree section. The tree people are great fans. They go crazy, and it's a bit of a reverse S-bend here. You can go high, get your momentum for these new rollers, and then some guys can take the inside and park themselves right in front of the guy on the outside. So lots of passing here through that little S-bend section. Gauldy does a great job on this really loamy circuit. Matt Lee and all the watering guys, Tom Bitts and Chick and Wee Man on the dozer did a great job this year, Travs.
Nice job, Fabs. Hey, genius.
Thanks, guys. Here with Motorsport Team Green Kawasaki rider Dean Wilson. Just came back from Loretta Lynn's, the biggest race in the world. Got himself a title there, Dean, buddy. First pro race up here in Canada, man. How are you feeling so far?
I feel pretty good. My practice went all right. The track's good. It's a little hard to pull away at some sections or gain a little advantage, but I mean, it's good. I'm feeling pretty good coming into the race, and I'm just going to do the best I can.
Hey kids, you want to learn how to ride a bike? Well, you got to come out to the track and go to the Yamaha Young Riders program. This is the Transcan in Walton, Ontario, and look it, the Crown Julies have the 30 board up. Brian Coster and Mark Travers in the booth for the first MX2 Moto of the day here, and this one will be brought to you by Scott. Oh boy, Jerry Medaglia on the inside, Kyle Beaton, saw Cowie over there. You know, Eric Nye, who's leading the points right now, Brian, can clinch with a good moto finish here in the first MX2 Moto. Board goes to 5, riders focusing down on the gate, and the gate is down, Brian. Turn to that huge left-hander. Who's going to get that royal distributing hole shot?
Jeremy Medaglia, the first gate pick, has he made, but look at Beaton wheelie right through him. The Clearbrook Yamaha Travs, he does get that royal distributing hole shot.
There have been some changes with the start here over the years, Brian, but I love the way they have it now. Very safe, very wide, and super fast. When you're a spectator on the inside, boy, you get a face full of it.
Great imagery here. We see the lead pack. Some key players up there. Number 128, Dean Wilson, quickly into second place. Coming off that high at Loretta Lynn, the big amateur championship in the U.S. Got himself a title. He's got Jerry Medaglia, though, number 34. Ocean Transport Suzuki looking solid, and we know Teddy Mayer there in 4th. He's always danger.
With a little look back to the points leader, that's number 24, Eric Nye, in 5th place right now, Brian. But you're right, number 128, Dean Wilson, with a dynamite start. Not pressuring Beaton too much early, but remember, this is his first pro race.
Dean Wilson of Scottish descent, a Canadian, now moved to California, where all the top pros seem to go to make a name in the U.S. He's definitely riding well, a big surprise here. And you know, we noticed in practice, he can stay a lot lower on some of these jumps than some of our Canadian riders. Putting it to good work right on Beaton's fender.
The boys funneling through the Scott lockoff cam. The lead is starting to tighten right now. Brian, the thing about Dean Wilson is that he is part of the Team Green amateur program in the States, so he doesn't have that pro experience, but look at the pressure he's putting on Beaton early in this race.
Beaton, a very established star in the MX2 class in Canada. He knows Wilson's there. He can hear him. He can feel him. He's got the peripheral vision. Wilson taking a peek right now. I'm liking what I'm seeing. Wilson looks very composed, but on the other hand, Beaton, we've seen him crash with the lead before, Travs. This is going to mean a lot to him. He's coming off a 3-moto win high.
Some heavy pressure early. Let's watch Beaton's defense. The thing I like about Wilson right now, though, is he's tenacious, looking for options inside and outside. He looks experienced to me, for crying out loud.
You hit the nail right on the head. Very composed, super impressed with him. The pack coming through fast. Now look at Wilson's style on the bike. He's keeping his head up. He's not following Kyle in the exact same rut. He's always giving himself an option. If Beaton has a problem or goes down, he's going to be safe. He's not going to get gathered up by Beaton's down motorcycle.
The big question right now for Wilson is, can he handle the longer motos? As an amateur, they run shorter motos. He's into his first pro race. This is 25 plus 2. This is going to be a long one for him.
That's an excellent point you make, Mark. When you're in a position like this, especially being a young rider, you get really, your heart rate gets going, you get overexcited, and that's when you can get arm pump, you hold on too tight. He's obviously feeling pressure. Jerry Medaglia right there falls down or stalls it a bit there. Teddy Mayer gets by. That's 3rd and 4th place on the line. But there it is, Wilson taking those alternate lines, feet on the pegs, sits down, puts his foot out, crisscrossing right there, very experienced, crisscrossing over those ruts instead of getting stuck in them.
You talked about this section in the helmet cam, how technical it was. We saw Galdi flowing through there. Yeah. These guys are dive bombing into the corners, trying to find areas to get by. It's tight, but you got to work those opposite lines.
And on a little 250F motorcycle, you got to be a lot more precise with your RPM. You got to really get the gas on, use your clutch to get that drive through there. It's much easier on the 450. We're going trackside with Ryan.
All right, guys, right in the heat of battle here. First MX2 Moto. Check this out. The prodigy of Canada, 128's Dean Wilson and Kyle Beaton battling guys travel together and now they're racing together. Let's see who can stick this one out.
Good job, Galdi, in the heat of it. Uh-oh, the battle for third place is heating up, Brian. Number 311, that is Teddy Mayer. With a scant second behind him, number 34, Jeremy Medaglia.
Medaglia yet to win a moto here. He's been super fast, plagued with a bit of bad luck when he needs good luck. Right now, hammering out with number 311. We saw right there the alternate lines at number 128, Dean Wilson, on that Team Green Kawasaki, taking on Beaton. Catching and then falling back, Travis. Catching and falling back, and they're getting into lappers.
That corner before the finish, Brian, has a lot of options. You saw, though, a couple of ruts expanding into 3 or 4 wide deep into the bottom corner. Back to the battle for third place, 311, Teddy Mayer on the inside, Medaglia on the outside, coming into that very same corner. Medaglia goes wide, Mayer looks to his left, and Medaglia blows by him for third place. What the heck was that all about?
Mayer got some wheel spin in that shiny stuff, and that's all it takes when the riders are this close. Just one small bobble, boom, he looked left. Medaglia went right around the outside. Here's a good shot. Now, they're not tripling here because, believe it or not, you don't gain that much time, and it's a lot harder to make the corner. Right there is where Teddy Mayer just gets a little sideways, some wheel spin and a fishtail. Medaglia just says, I'll take that third place. Thank you very much.
Brian, you say it all the time. Never look back. Focus on your line and keep your momentum going. Back to our lead battle. They are into lappers heavy, Brian. Beat number 22 up and over the finish, and there goes number 128, Dean Wilson, getting their last lap flag.
Yeah, really interesting. Kyle's pulled it out. He's got a couple seconds now, but look at Wilson sweeping wide. I love the way Dean kind of dives in here, and I'm loving this section this year. Been changed a bit so the riders utilize more of the track. A moment for Wilson, definitely losing some time here. Last lap, Beaton's looking poised to take the win.
There are parts of this track, Brian, that are tight, and you notice it when the riders get into lappers. They have a hard time carrying their flow and getting around them. Wilson's using that to his advantage right now, catching right up to Beaton. This has been a cat and mouse battle the whole moto, Brian, since the very first corner.
It sure has. We saw the blue flag out there, field ref Jake Lee with that blue flag telling the lapped riders to get the heck out of the way. The leaders are coming, doing a great job, Chaz. But look, Dean Wilson is caught right up to the back fender of Kyle Beaton. Here we've got about 3/4 of a lap. Travs,
I love the style on Dean Wilson, Brian. He rides with so much aggression, the type of aggression that you see in young American riders that have nothing more than just get it out on the track and leave it there.
You got that right on the head, and that's why Dean Wilson has moved to California to get that American kind of aggression. A bit of a lap driver, bar-to-bar action here. Beaton says no and grabs a handful of throttle. Drag racing, crisscrossing Travs. This is awesome. The spectators lining the fences, cheering, definitely getting their money's worth here at Walton. And Beaton gets a little hung up on that outside line.
Big kicker down into the motovent corner, trying to get on that inside. The gap's starting to open up right now. I love Beaton's defense, but there was just nothing he could do coming out of that corner because Wilson got that inside line.
See, this makes you wonder, was Wilson just dogging him the whole race to make his move, or did he just get lucky there with Beaton's kind of error? I would love to see Beaton come in here and give him a little fender love in one of these corners, but Dean Wilson stepping up and proving his critics wrong.
Well, right now it looks like a very experienced move, Brian. You're right. He waited till that right opportunity. It wasn't like he wasn't trying to get around him earlier in the moto, but he stuck it when he had to. He takes the checker flag with his first professional moto win here in Canada, the first MX2 moto in Walton. All right, let's get to our top 10, brought to you by Yamaha. You know your top 4, down to Phillips at 5. Eric Nye with 6 clinches the MX2 championships, unlike Benoit, Rife, and Dorovic in 10.
Wow, what an incredible moto. Dean Wilson, first time racing in Canada this year. Came right down to the last couple of laps, man. Talk to us about that pass.
Went pretty good. First 5-6 laps, I was all over him trying to pass him. I almost had a couple that stuck, but, you know, Kyle was riding really smooth and fast, and I couldn't get around him. And I was actually really tired that first moto, like halfway through my arms were pumped up, and I was just trying to breathe and get through it, and lappers were really hard to get by here. And Kyle, I mean, I know he got stuck on some lappers, and I managed to close up on him and make the pass, so it was good.
Team Green's Dean Wilson celebrating after his first win. The crowd is going crazy for the swag.
Blackfoot pit with 5-time Canadian champ Jean-Sébastien Roy, taking a management role, kind of a rider mentor with the team. You're here at Walton riding the two-stroke, a little nostalgia blast from the past, 4th fastest, that's for real.
Yeah, absolutely. Just decided to did that last race of the season. You know, a lot for the fans. A lot of fans through the season asked me if I was going to race. So I decided to come up here in Walton. Got a two-stroke going, and gonna try to have fun. And of course, looking for a podium. Who knows?
How nice is it to have the champ back on the line? First MX1 Moto here from Walton. There he is, number 5 with that 2-banger. This first MX1 Moto will be brought to you by MX Performance Magazine. Great shot of the boys on the line with the 2 Julies. Julies go to 5. Oh my goodness, Brian, a little cheeky out here today as they prance off the track. Back to the line, the gate is down, Brian. Coming into that first corner, who's going to get that Royal Distributing? Oh, yeah.
A great jump by Medaglia from spot 1 on the gate. Looks like he does sweeps it away from FACCIOTTI. Takes that whole shot, Travis.
Number 111, Dusty Clack got on the outside into the sugar bowl. Brian took over the lead. Looking good right now, but oh, look at Medaglia slingshotting through and regaining first place.
A handful of throttle, and RMZ gets right back ahead of Dusty now. The drag race is on into this big drop away here, into these braking bumps. And FACCIOTTI takes a peek from the outside, sweeps in, but no, gets a little hung up in that run. We have our 3 main players running 1, 2, 3. This is beautiful.
And a great start for number 25, Jimmy Nelson, who's been up and down this season. There's FACCIOTTI in 2nd, Nelson in 4th as they launch off the step up into the Honda sweeper.
See FACCIOTTI number 2 just butter the landing there. I think he used about 1 inch of his suspension. A big drop there. You see Dusty aggressive, really using a lot of suspension. Jimmy Nelson having a peek on his teammate. Blair Morgan, the other Toyota rider, sitting 5th, number 12. So a great start for him, and he's been on fire these last few matches.
Blair Morgan has definitely been on the gas, Brian, but what I like right now is our top 3 riders are our top 3 Canadians. Those are the riders that are going to be representing us this year at the Motocross Des Nations.
You know, that's a great point, and that's also our championship right now. So the cream rising to the top here at Walton.
Brian, really happy with the work that the Lee family has done off the track as well. A lot of pruning, so the visuals in here are fantastic. Through the trees, oh, and Younts just whips her sideways off the natural double. What a jump.
Colton having a lot of fun. He's got a big points lead, so if he just finishes in like the top 15, he's going to clinch. I think he's just having fun watching the boys. But I like Colton taking all those alternate outside lines. You can see the punishment too. Tyler Medaglia first is slapping the front end down on those kind of awkwardly spaced rollers. A real challenge for the riders.
Platt very aggressive in 2nd place right now, trying to find a way. Oh, and he goes down, Brian, in that quick rut coming off the tunnel jump.
Look at him scrambling to get back up. He hasn't lost many spots. There's a spot, another spot with Morgan and Nelson. KTM of O'Farrell goes by, and he's going for the Kickstarter, so Dusty has stalled his big 450 Cali. Now, FACCIOTTI, Travers, is in stalking mode. And look at him. He has his head up. He's watching Medaglia's every move.
We look at this track, Brian, and there are a lot of places where the riders open up those big 450s, but they also have to slow down because of the technical aspects of this track, and I love this facility.
Yeah, off cameras here, so you have to roll on, like Goldie always says, roll on the throttle, but you also have to be very gentle on the brakes. I like Colton going around the outside. Seems to really favor the outsides today on this track, and I think in the first moto, you got a little slip there. It's still not quite as rough as it's going to get. Hey, and there, Medaglia triples in 1st place, easily making the corner. You triple that, it takes a lot more kind of nerve, and you're not always guaranteed to gain a lot of time. So it's a real flip of coin. You see the guys take it, not take that.
I can see them triple going on the outside line, because if they triple on the inside, boy, they got to get on the binders quick. Yeah. But you know what? The not following by FACCIOTTI right now tells me that, sure, he's looking for lines, but I think the roost out there is punishing as well.
Oh, it totally is, but FACCIOTTI looks so composed. He's not in a hurry at all. Early stages of the moto. Look at the whips. He's having fun. And again, the fans come to Walton's place is such an iconic event, and they get their money's worth every year. Look at FACCIOTTI now taking a peek, taking those alternate ruts. Inside, outside. Can he make it work? Medaglia holding up very well to the pressure. This has been a breakout season for Tyler Medaglia, leading the points. The first 5 rounds, over half of the series, he was controlling this MX-1. His first year as a full-time MX-1 pilot.
Thinking about the wealth of knowledge and experience he's gaining this year, Brian, and you know what? He's only going to get better. Right now, battling FACCIOTTI for the lead in the second last moto of the season. What a place to be.
His parents are here. They support the kids very well. Of course, his brother Jeremy showing so well in MX too. But Walton FACCIOTTI in that crouch looks a lot like JSR. We can't say that enough with JSR mentoring him. He's in that crouch around the outside, getting light into the braking bumps, and he does. He gets the position under braking. Tyler paddling along, maybe he'll pick up a couple lines, but that race is not over. Back to third, it's teammates again. Blair Morgan up the inside, actually gets the pass right in front of our very eyes on Jimmy Nelson. That's third place, very well done.
FACCIOTTI had to come from the outside carrying more speed and then cut inside to get that inside line. And look at the chop that Medaglia faced on that inside line. I think FACCIOTTI's found the smooth way around there.
Yeah, there is a lot of chop both sides of the track, but the inside definitely has much bigger braking bumps right now, and Blair Morgan has the sights on Medaglia up to step up. Medaglia, I don't know if he has a problem, but Blair has gained a ton of real estate that past lap.
We saw some great battles between Medaglia and Morgan all season long, and Blair Morgan just keeps getting stronger, moto after moto, right now sitting fourth in the points, and I like his line choice. He's so smart on the track.
Yeah, and he's a bit older, you know, he's a veteran. All his muscles are strong. Medaglia is still young, up and coming. There's a lapper right there. Blair tucks to the inside. Medaglia with a little issue, seemingly had it made. Blair Morgan, that lapper he looked like was screwing up, worked to his advantage. We're going trackside with GG Who Boy.
All right, check out that battle action. Blizzard, there goes Kyle Keys for a pass right now, guys. And if you let these guys funnel through, they're running just inside the top 10. The JSR machine on the two-stroke is chasing him. I don't think this is where he wanted to finish, but guess what? He's running pretty good. Top 10 for JSR on the 252 stroke.
Nice work out there, Greyhound. Okay, back to number 5. JSR on that two-stroke, taking the wide line around Ryan Blizzard. How about the start for Blizzard today? Young American rider showing well in the MX1 class.
Absolutely. JSR hits him right in the back end there, loses some time. JSR's going to put his head down. It's his first race of the year. I think he's not quite at the fitness level of some of these other guys. But Blair Morgan's fitness level improving every week, looking really good in that retro Fox gear. Fox and Blackfoot synonymous as one trousers. Jay Burke defends for 7th on JSR. JSR takes the inside, gets on that pipe on that two-stroke, but the inside becomes the outside, and he manages to saw off the front end on that label at 450 Honda of Jay Burke. That's 7th, perhaps.
The crafty veteran, John Sebastian Waugh, started 20th in this moto. Brian is already up to 7th place. You know his fitness is good, and he's passing guys at will in that two-stroke. Back to number 13. Oh, Medaglia off the natural double, looking very smooth. And here comes the number 5 machine of John Sebastian Waugh. I just heard the two-stroke flip a little bit there. He's got that beautiful gold helmet on as he goes over the finish line and takes his last lap flag.
And on that gold helmet, he's got $100 US bill on each side of the helmet, laminated right into the clear coat. The champ is styling, pimping out here at Walton.
Number 2, Walton FACCIOTTI getting ready to take his checker flag, but we get back to the battle between Jay Burke and number 111, Dusty Klett. This is for 8th place. Look at the bar banging going on for 8th down in that treat section.
Jay Burke known as a difficult rider to pass. Klett really got a wake-up call there. They could have locked bars and Burke let him have it. But it's all FACCIOTTI here taking the first MX1 moto win, T.
And with this win, Brian, he will clinch the 2008 MX1 championship here in Canada. A dominant rider and a dominant performance. Let's get to the Yamaha leaderboard. First MX1 moto, we're going to go down to 4th with Kyle Keast. Holman's in 5th. I like Nelson in 6th. You saw John Sebastian Waugh finish 7th. O'Farrell, Burke, and Blizzard.
A rider that just gets faster with every weekend. Blair Morgan, not the greatest start, just inside the top 10, but you worked your way all the way up to 2nd. Talk to us about your race.
Yeah, you know, the start was pretty important here. It's really hard to pass. It's really kind of one line in a lot of spots, so want to get a good start. Not too bad, I think like 5th or 6th off the start, and yeah, just picked them all off. You know, just after halfway, I think I got Tyler, and he was a tough one to get by.
Fans, say goodbye to a living legend, John Sebastian Waugh, in his final outdoor moto. It's been a good ride, champ. Welcome back to the 2008 Monster Energy Motocross Nationals. Hey, look, number 53, Josh Schneider. He's going to be wearing the helmet cam for this moto, Brian. This is the last MX2 moto of the season, and it will be brought to you by Extreme Motocross Apparel. Oh, this one's going to be a good one. The championship's already been decided, Brian, but there's a couple of spots in that box still open.
This moto will decide those spots, Travs, and I really like the fact that Josh Schneider, the preacher, running the helmet cam, the Team Faith rider, he does the devotional service for the riders every Sunday morning. We're going to let his riding do the talking.
Oh, Brian banging bars coming into the first corner here in Walton. The preacher's got his hands full.
He is in the thick of things right now. Fitzgerald, 36, gets right up on the back fender. Phillips, number 7, Phillips, needs to get a good result here if he wants to secure a third. Look at the move on the outside for Fitzgerald. Pinched off. Great riding by Josh Schneider and Team Faith.
Back to our leader, number 1, 2018 Dean Wilson, who's got a nice little, oh my, huge kicker. It goes over the bars, right in that motovan corner.
Man, he just pulled off that Royal Distributing whole shot. There's the carnage. Look at the contact. There Josh rides right over the back of Wilson's bike. Wilson has got a whole mitt full of riders to pass. 88 Corey Snellgrove just managed to tuck through safely.
And
we got another big player down, Traz. Kyle Beaton on the opening lap. Keeps the engine running, only loses maybe 4 or 5 spots, but it's given enough time for Jerry Medaglia, Traz, to pull away. There he goes off that tabletop. He's on fire right now. There he goes, Traz, riding the wheels off that RMC.
Brian, that helmet cam imagery gives you a great idea what it's like to actually start a motocross race. The melee, the dirt everywhere, the bikes, the banging of the bars. Wow, that was fantastic. Thank you very much, Josh. With our lead package going over the finish line, Brian, let's have a look at that Wilson endo.
Wilson is just out of our screen. There he is on the inside, comes in on an angle, hits a huge kicker, and just puts him right over the bars. Here he comes at speed. See him outside, inside, knifes over, getting a little sideways, and just hits that kicker the wrong way, and the forks deflect him right over the bars. Opens it up for the rest of the pack, and that is tough on the first lap, man.
Medaglia out front right now, Brian, and cruising. Normally when you come into a kicker like that, Brian, you know where it is, you're ready for it, but it looked like Wilson wasn't even paying attention to that part of the track.
I think there was some of the hay bale on top, kind of threw off the actual depth perception there for him, and over the bars he goes. 5th place getting very interesting. Number 7, Phillips makes the move on 521. That is Parker Allison. Parker Allison on that Chunk Motorsports Cowie trucks had a great start, but here comes Eric Nye, freight training by with teammate Mason Phillips.
Brian, the extreme straightaway, a very wide part of the track. Nye looking good on the inside as he slips by Parker Allison. Oh my goodness, and look at the aggression coming out of the corner as he gets by Phillips and moves into 5th place.
Phillips needs every point he can. Obviously, Nye and him not working as a team. They are running their own race. But Travis Dean Wilson has worked all the way up to 18th, not giving up after that over-aggressive first lap crash with the lead.
The hot battle on the track right now, Bry, is the battle for 2nd place. Look at this, 5 bikes coming through the straightaway down to the corner. Lockhart, then Mayer, then we've got Beaton and Nye. Lots of options through this motovan corner, some big ruts. Looks like Mayer gets around Lockhart. No, Lockhart on the inside with a very aggressive move.
Heads up move by Lockhart. He looked over, saw Teddy there, stuck to the inside. There he is in 2nd, looking really good, but look at the pressure right now. These riders are jockeying big time.
4 of the top riders in the MX2 class right now, Brian, and they are going bar to bar through the elevator section here at Walton. Nye on the outside with the smooth line. Oh, and a little chopper from Lockhart, but he still has enough momentum to get by Mayer.
That is a fantastic pass by Eric Nye. Ryan Lockhart's looking really good right now on the number 9 bike, holding 2nd, but it's number 22, Kyle Beaton there, the 4th bike in this pack. That is the Danger Man. He went so well in the first moto, got that 2nd. Right now, he wants redemption.
Nye on the outside, sweeps by Lockhart. Does he have 2nd place? Yes, he does. Lockhart in 3rd, Mayer in 4th as they go into the bowl turn, right?
Number 24, Eric Nye, clinched the championship in the first moto, and he is riding the wheels off it. Really admire the tenacity from him. He didn't even have to come out and show up in areas, battling hard for the win. And Beaton gets shown to the outside of the track, cuts in. There he is. He stays low. He's on the inside. He can stick it right to Mayer, and he does. A great pass for 4th place by Kyle Beaton.
Beaton using an alternate line off the natural double, then got inside, and boy, did he hang the Couliangs out to get that line. There's our leader, number 34. That is Jerry Medaglia on that Rockstar Suzuki, looking terrific in the lead right now.
And if he holds on, it will be his first win out of 18 attempts here in MX2. 3rd place, getting hot, hot, hot. That's Beaton. taking a peek on Ryan Lockhart. Ryan looks over, trying to cut off Beaton maybe to the inside. No, he opts to give him the room he needs. Ryan Lockhart, Kyle Beaton, great friends off the track. Maybe just didn't want to get in Beaton's way there.
I love the way Beaton scrubbed over top of the tunnel, then got the inside line. And once you get that inside line, it's just about game over if you're going to carry speed.
True.
Now Mayer gets by Lockhart, moves into fourth.
Wow, Ryan maybe getting a bit of arm pump. The moto's winding down. He's rode very strong. The last few rounds, Ryan really come into his own. 12th place getting interesting. That's a rider we both enjoy is Brock Hoyer, number 42, on that leading edge Kawasaki. And it's Dean, the dancing machine, moves into 12th. Dean Wilson.
Brian, the young riders of Canada should watch Wilson ride the bike. Aggression, tenacity, that's what it takes.
He's got all of the above right there. Styling on this track, but it's number 34, Jeremy Medaglia, coming into his own as well. He was a Pro-Am rider last year. Look at him just tear this track up. He's got a really big lead, and he's riding like he is possessed. Look at, there's a real-time gap he's got on Eric Nye. He could comfortably slow down. Not his style. Problem too, when you slow down, he can make mistakes, so he's keeping his eye on the prize.
Here come the Moto Van pilots, the twins, the Ellison brothers. Parker on the inside, Jared on the outside. Maybe a little contact through there, right?
It looks like he lost his front end there. Parker did use the splits too, so a huge groin test. Let's hope he didn't tear anything up there, but 5th place, Travers, getting really interesting. Number 7, New Zealand's Phillips, is past Lockhart, charging to the front. Our 3rd place rider, Kyle Beaton's bike has expired in this heat. He was riding so well, he was actually catching right here our 2nd place rider, Eric Nye there. The bike let go. I tell you, these 250Fs are so highly tuned, and if you don't have the huge budget to change motors very regularly, this stuff can happen. Poor Kyle Beaton, unbelievable. He has had some heartbreaks this year.
Our leader, number 34, Jeremy Medaglia on that Rockstar Suzuki, just taking this track to the cleaners, Fabs.
He is tearing it up, pulling away a big gap, but it's Dean Wilson making a move for 8th place. That's Gregor Zdorovic right there, number 241 on the Honda, and Wilson steals it. Boom, he's on the move.
Dvorak has been riding really well today, Brian, in the top 10. Did you see? Oh, Wilson with a little look back. Maybe some contact in the bull turn, but he will not be denied, like in the number 241 Honda.
A lot of fast riders here at Walton today. The top 10 all got something to be proud of, but none more than number 34, Jeremy Medaglia on that Ocean Transport Rockstar Suzuki, taking his first pro win of his fledgling young career, and in fine style here at the Transcan, getting congratulated by big brother Tyler.
Good job, buddy. You did it. Finally.
You don't know how long I've been waiting for this. I'm just so happy I got a good start and just finally got that win. It means a lot. So.
You know, you got it in front there and you put in 3 solid laps and pulled out about 10 seconds. Is that the plan when you were getting in front? Is that something you and your dad talk about?
Yeah. I just wanted to get a clean first couple laps and then gap as hard as I could and then run a solid pace and make sure no one would catch me after that.
To the Yamaha leaderboard, Mayer holds on for 3rd. Phillips a great ride. Fitzgerald comes from way back. And how about Dean Wilson soldiering back to 8th?
It's been a hell of a year, 3rd overall. I think you wanted more at the beginning there, but like you said, you didn't come in strong.
Yeah, you know, I had to miss around because of my ankle, and I slipped back to like 8th in points, and I took about 2.5 weeks off. You know, I didn't ride at all, and I came to, I think, Nanaimo, and ended up 3rd overall there. So, I just kind of started getting on a roll, and I mean, I did the best I could this year, and like I said, I want to come back next year and grab this championship.
2nd place isn't too bad.
Yeah, considering all the problems and DNFs I've had this year, I couldn't be happier to get 2nd up here with Teddy and Eric. It feels great.
Well, you know what? Top Canadian honors, obviously you've done that last few years. Cal, what do you got to do now over the next 10 months to get yourself organized? Because you're usually the fastest guy on the times and all that stuff. What do you got to do, man, to make sure at the end of that series it's a number 1 on your back?
Just got to calm down at the beginning of the series and just ride smooth and smart. And I got a lot of opportunities I can take this winter, and I'm going to jump on a few of them. Might be able to go stay down with Tim Ferry in Florida and train with him for the next 6 months. So hopefully that all goes well, and hopefully I can come up next year and win this thing.
Can everybody please give me a warm welcome for your 2008 CMRC Monster Energy National Champion, Royal Distributing KTM's Mr. Eric Nye. Girls. Eric, buddy, it's over. How's it feel?
Feel pretty relieved right now. I was a little stressed out before the first moto, got the first moto over with, and I was such a relief.
You know, every year you've been coming up here, you've been up front and then not been able to finish the series. This year you went all the way, man. That's got to make you feel pretty good inside that you finished the series and obviously getting the number 1 plate.
Oh, definitely. It was, you know, coming into the season from the winter, my goal was to win the championship. You know, that was my goal, and you know, I did it. You know, from the first moto win in St. Julie, I was just happy and got the points lead and go for dunes and never looked back.
Congratulations to our top 3 in the first full season in the MX2 class. We've got Eric Nye, Kyle Beaton, and Teddy Mayer.
All right, here we go, boys. The final MX1 Moto of the year. It is over. The man behind me is your 2009 champ. All that is up for grabs is bragging rights. Can Blair Morgan maybe get a first overall? Can Tyler Medaglia get one more Moto win? It is down to Dusty Cloud. Hey, Tyler, for the number 2 plate, but the champion is that man right there, Colton FACCIOTTI.
Trackside with Natty T. Good work out there, unit. All right, the Crown Julies with the 30 board up. And the final MX1 Moto of the season, the boys are on the line, and this will be brought to you by Sure Ride and SureMyRide.ca. Look at that, we got Medaglia, Morgan, and FACCIOTTI on the line.
This is unbelievable doing that line pan. Just see how many fast riders there are in this series, and it's all coming down to this, Travs. The final moto in the MX1 class. The last time we're going to see the gorgeous Julies striding off the track. Looks like FACCIOTTI gets pinched off. Homans go, but FACCIOTTI storms through cars for what?
The Royal Distributing Hoshi.
Yeah. Look at, boys, this guy was just zigging this way and that under braking, way off course, but Medaglia steals it right back, and there goes, Blizzard using all his strength to hang on to that 450, moves into second place. FACCIOTTI's got the best seat in the house.
Ryan Blizzard of Oz with another fantastic start on the outside. He's in 3rd place, Medaglia up into 2nd, and Liam O'Farrell scoots his nose into 4th.
Since O'Farrell's come back from injury, number 210 on the KTM, he has been strong. He is right in the hunt. There's teammates Jimmy Nelson and Blair Morgan. They seem to find each other an awful lot in these motos.
Got together in the first moto. Brian and Morgan got into 3rd place with a great pass. You see the boys funnel through down into the elevators. Blizzard of Oz on the inside, and the South African Liam O'Farrell having some problems. Look at Simon Holmans go inside on Blair Morgan.
Doing very well. Holman's riding great on that privateer Yamaha. O'Farrell did cut to the inside, but managed to get some good traction and hang on to the position. All going for that inside line there, one after the other. And there's Dusty Clatraz with a terrible start this moto.
He sure did, but he was looking forward to number 20, Jay Burke, who got another fantastic start. Can't talk enough about how well that rider's doing this season. FACCIOTTI in 1st, Medaglia in 2nd, and Ryan Blizzard in 3rd place.
Very impressive for young Ryan Blizzard, being in 3rd place, getting all kinds of experience, and look how fast this section is through the mechanics area. The riders just point and pin the throttle. Number 3, Jeff Gibson, had a very difficult season, and it's just come to light that he has been battling the Epstein-Barr virus. Not even supposed to race today. He wanted to show for his sponsors and finish out the year a tough kid.
A lot of heart, number 3, Jeff Gibson, as we get back to the battle between number 210, Liam O'Farrell, the South African, with Blair Morgan on the outside. Holy crap!
It is so fast up through there. O'Farrell doing really well. Morgan way on the inside into that chop, and you can see how much Blair had to slow down there into those fork testing braking bumps. Gets the pass on O'Farrell, and I like Blair right here, keeping his leg up high, looking forward, see who the next victim is.
The track seems to be set up to Blair Morgan's liking right now, Brian. It's hard, it's fast, and he likes it when it gets a little bit dusty. Look at the chop coming into the corner, though. It's out of control.
Yeah, and Blair makes that pass on the big braking bumps. I think O'Farrell just kind of gets in this rut. O'Farrell does everything right now. He gets a little stepped out there. Just see that split second for O'Farrell opens the door for Blair. So a little bit of O'Farrell making a very slight mistake, and Blair being tenacious grabs the pass. Now it's Ryan Blizzard in trouble from Blair Morgan. Look at this, Travis. Blair is taking a peek around the outside and big time.
Using that same line that he started his pass on O'Farrell. Boy, he likes that straightaway, Brian. Blair Morgan gets by Blizzard and moves into 4th place.
Takes a punishment there, and I like your comment, Travis, taking that exact same line. That's his favorite place to pass. Kyle Keith, number 8, a dismal start, has been moving his way forward. He's in 14th place now, and he's picking guys off every few corners, and that's Kyle Brown right in front of him. Looks like Brown's days are numbered at 14.
Brian, the Transcan always brings up a host of young American privateers in the MX1 and the MX2 class. Morgan on the pipe. He's got Homans in sight. This is for 3rd place, Brian.
Oh, I like the way Blair goes wide to try and get his front end up over that jump. And as it gets really rutted, it's harder to execute. There's 101. Chris Pomeroy used to be a factory rider with Honda and a national number 3 rider, writing for MXP Magazine, qualified here for MX1. O'Farrell gets by Blizzard. 6th place. Blizzard working his way back again, not used to maybe these long motos, Travs.
To our leader, number 2, that's Team Toto Yamaha's Colton FACCIOTTI. Very methodical, very patient right now, Brian, with a huge lead.
Well, he's won every moto this year except one that he's entered. He has been the dominant rider, seemingly doing it easily. He is on cruise control. 2nd place, getting really hot. Medaglia is starting to feel the pressure from Homans. Homans just gets caught on that hay bale, drags him down, keeps the engine running. Travers, he does a wheelie all squirrely. 4th place, but he just gave that away to Morgan. I think right now Medaglia is in trouble because Morgan and Homans are coming in. Like gangbusters. O'Farrell and Klatt battling hard.
And that is the battle for 5th place, Brian. Getting back to Homans, it just goes to show you how slippery this track is. Morgan and Medaglia for 2nd place, Brian, through the mechanic sweeper coming into the Sugar Bowl.
Look at the traction and the roots. These guys are hooking up. They get to run a really good intermediate tire. Late in the motos, those suspensions get hot. And these, oh my goodness! I was just saying, these kickers get more and more rough, and the ruts harder to navigate. Tyler Medaglia just gets it mixed right up, and that's 2nd place. And you know, people, that is a lot of money on the line there for these motos. Here he comes in the rut, seemingly A-OK, just gets a little crooked, steps off the bike, and then the front wheel just hits a pothole, and he gets fly swatted under that number 13 RMZ. That's 2 weekends in a row he's been crawling his way out from under that big bike.
You're right, the 2nd big digger in 2 weekends, and holy mackerel, did he look like he might be in some pain. To our leader, scrubbing out of the bowl section, Brian, looking fantastic. Number 20, Jay Burke, has got number 25, Jimmy Nelson on the inside. Oh my goodness. Burke cross ruts, throws her down.
Travs, it's getting down to fatigue, and it's really hot out today, so very slight mental lapses, and you're going down. That's just what happened to Jay Burke. He just did too much of the front wheel tucked in there. Those knobs bite. Oh no, there he is, number 8, Kyle Keith, the darling of Eastern Canada with an engine failure. His first DNF in years, and there was smoke pouring out of that bike. I thought maybe he could hang on, but no, D9.
He was just furious too as well. Number 6, Simon Homans in 3rd place. O'Farrell on the inside. This South African's got some lines in this track, Brian.
O'Farrell has actually gotten by Dusty Klatt. And O'Farrell goes down. These guys are dropping like flies, and he stalled the motorcycle. Oh, he can't buy a break. Getting back to Klatt, though, he had broken bones in his foot, and on Saturday's practice, he had really tweaked it bad. Oh, and he's riding in pain, but FACCIOTTI, no pain at all. Styling for the crowd. Unbelievable display here, Travers. What a class act he's been this whole year.
Number 12, Blair Morgan, his teammate sitting in 2nd place right now, getting his last lap flag. Look at this, O'Farrell has caught up to number 111, Dusty Klatt, who got by him after the stall. They are coming up to the finish line, Brian, to take their last lap flag. We have got ourselves a race here late.
If I'm Dusty Klatt, I do not want to let O'Farrell by again. This is the last lap he can get 4th. This is not important for the championship for Klatt, because with Medaglia out, he is solid in 2nd. And Klatt over jumps bounces wide. Travers opens the door for O'Farrell. Boom, 4th place for Liam O'Farrell.
Those sections are all about timing, Brian, especially when you're battling. You want to make sure you get the inside line on that bull turn. You got to get on the binders or scrub into our leader number 2, Walton FACCIOTTI, the wheelie king, down into the elevators.
He is having so much fun this year. I've never seen him so relaxed, happy, personable in the pits. Always a personable kid, but really coming into his own with his interviews. His confidence is at an all-time high. He's won every moto save one, missed a whole round at Go for Dunes because the broken collarbone. Team Toyota Blackfoot Direct Fox Racing Yamaha's Walton FACCIOTTI. He a man. Wow, great day for Walton FACCIOTTI and the whole Blackfoot squad to the Yamaha leaderboard. Great ride for Homans. O'Farrell hot today. Blizzard, Burke, gotta like Mitch Cook, Kyle Stevens. Jeff Gibson rounded out.
Congratulations on 3rd overall. You really deserved it.
No, you know, my Suzuki got me another good start, and I can't say enough for my team and my family and my mechanic Steve. Everything has been good this year, and you know, I'm just looking forward to next year and coming out stronger.
It was just such an up and down season for me, and it's kind of a bummer I couldn't put the results in I wanted for the Monster Energy String Scout Soccer team, but I got to give a big thanks out to them. You know, they worked super hard all year long, just trying to get the bike right just for me, and you know, they've been supportive all the way through.
Team Toyota Yamaha, Blackfoot Racing, Walton FACCIOTTI.
You just got your #1 plate, my friend. How do you feel?
Feel awesome.
Just awesome?
I feel great. You know, this is, you know, I've wanted this for a long time, and, you know, for it to finally happen, you know, it's a dream come true, really. Yeah, you know, I came into the pro league pretty young, so everybody didn't really realize how young I was, and, you know, it took me a few years to mature, and, you know, this was the year, and, you know, I just rode good, and the team was awesome. You know, they were behind me the whole time, and just everything seemed to go my way.
Woo, what a year it's been. MX2 final tally, nigh beaten mare. Phillips has to settle for 4th, like Fitzgerald, Jenneru, and Allison there. In the MX1 class, we know our top 3, Blair, Morgan, and Keast, very impressive. Homans maintains 6th, and 7th is Northrup. Track owner Chris Lee awarding FACCIOTTI the sword for King of Walton. I would like to thank Monster Energy, Mark Travers, Ryan Gold, Mark Stollygrass, the whole Hills production crew, and you, our faithful viewer. See you next year.
You have been watching the 2008 Monster Energy Motocross Nationals, brought to you by Motovan.com, your source for power sports parts and accessories, and RoyalDistributing.com, Canada's power sports leader. Special thanks out to the CMRC track crew for dressing up a dynamite series of tracks this year. I'm Mark Travers. Thanks for watching. We're out.